Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
Well, you can be if you give us a call at 434-394-0924. That's the number for the Call Flow Radio Show. It is your Friday, October the 18th. However, we're going to ask you to hold off on those calls for the first portion of the show today because we do have some very special guests behind the microphone here at the Francis C. Wood Studios. And we've got some ladies here from the DAR, the Daughters of the American Revolution. And they're here to talk about a couple of things that are coming up that they've been involved with. I have Yvonne Costello, who will be giving us a little bit of history about the Daughters of the American Revolution, and what they're talking about today is Wreaths Across America, which is something that they have undertaken, and it has become a great big deal. I also have behind the mic my friend, bridge cohort, Jenny Bobko. And and we've got Nancy Pempel here too. She's waiting in the wings, but these ladies are so busy. It makes me tired to even hear about all the things that they're doing. But they do wonderful, wonderful things for our community, and we appreciate it. And we're so happy to have you here with us today. All right, Yvonne, would you like to start out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, good morning, and thank you for your very kind words. With me today are Jenny Bobko and Nancy Pempel. We are the Judith Randolph Longwood chapters, and we represent the Wreaths Across America Committee. The members on our committee are Margaret Adkins, Dottie Farner, Kelly Willits, and the ladies here, Jenny and Nancy. We are former military wives, and so we really like helping out the veterans, and the Wreaths Across America is very close to our hearts. We begin meeting to plan this event in July each year when we map out our fundraising and organizing the actual ceremony. Jenny and Nancy are the fundraising geniuses. It also involves lots of walking, lots of knocking on doors, lots and lots of meeting with businesses who have been incredibly, incredibly kind and generous. And then we get to the point where we have to have enough wreaths to cover every veteran's grave at Trinity Memorial Gardens. The ceremony itself is incredibly moving. Anybody who has been there, you can't believe how good it makes you feel and how important it is. It's held at 12 o'clock noon, and this is the exact time that it's held in Arlington. So what I'd like to do right now is just talk a second about the Wreaths Across America mission. And part of it says, remember the fallen. When a volunteer places a wreath on a service member's grave at Wreaths Across America, we encourage them to speak the person's name out loud, thank them for their service and sacrifice, and reflect on their lifelong with our wreath-laying ceremony. That sums up, it's a somber event. It's a very, very important event. But before the ladies tell you how they make it happen, let me tell you how it started. So a long time ago, probably 1950s, a boy named Morrill Worcester was living in Harrington, Maine. He was 12 years old, and he won a trip to Washington, D.C., which he never forgot. So fast forward to 1992, he makes the wreaths where he lives, and he had a surplus of them. He remembered going to Arlington when he was a little boy, and he arranged to have the wreaths sent down to Arlington to put on one of the sections that not a lot of visitors go to. Several other individuals and organizations stepped up to help this, and with the American Legion and the VFW Post. This went on quietly until 2005, and I remember seeing this photo. A photo of the stones at Arlington adorned with the wreaths covered in snow. And that just took off.
Oh, wow.
And, of course, Morrill wasn't able to donate all the wreaths to every state, but what he said he would do, he would send enough to cover each military branch and one for the POW MIA. Go up to 2007, Wreaths Across America is formed. It's an incredible, successful group, and its motto is remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. Okay, let's go 2023. Wreaths Across America is a national network of volunteers. They have placed over 3 million veterans' wreaths at 4,225 participating locations in the United States and beyond. This was accomplished with the help of 3 million volunteers, a third of whom were children. We are proud and very honored to be able to participate. Wreaths Across America will happen Saturday, December 14th, 2024. I will turn this over to Jenny and Nancy, and they will give you the details.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, that is so
Isn't it very
inspiring. Yes. Oh,
Well, our Wreaths Across America, we started this, the three of us. We worked hard. We've gotten the money to buy at least over 500 wreaths for the graves at Trinity Memorial Gardens in Rice. This will happen on December 14th this year at 12 noon. And we have all the wreath bearers most of them are military retired. And also, I want to thank really Bill Barrett. He is at Trinity Memorial is really super, and he really helps us with things that we need. He purchases them for us. He is always there to help us. And we will have bagpipers there that will be playing. We have there will be wreaths on all the tables that you can when you get there afterwards. People that have members in that cemetery, you are to go first, and you put your wreath on your relative. That's it. I couldn't remember the word.
That's all right.
But it starts. It only lasts about 30 minutes, but it's 30 minutes that you will really enjoy, and so touching to your heart that it brings tears to you when you see the men carrying the wreaths and putting on the easels and saluting it.
I'm crying already.
That's right. Was there something else? Nancy, you can take over.
Well, I have a couple of questions.
Okay, go right ahead, dear.
As far as how many wreaths or how many graves are over there that belong to military at Trinity?
Well, we don't have an exact amount. It's somewhere between about 440 that we know of. But since it's a private cemetery, not a military one,
right?
In order to locate the graves of the veterans.
Yeah.
Now, we are with the American Legion also. Mm-hmm. And on November 2nd, we will be out there at 10 o'clock in the morning putting flags on the graves that we can identify. Now, I just want to add, if anybody has a family member there that does not have the military gravestone mm-hmm. or a medallion on it, mm-hmm. please, you can come out and put a flag on it if you like, or I suggest you go and see Bill Barrett. Mm-hmm. He can order the medallions for you. Mm-hmm. And this way, that's the only way we can identify
right.
where to put the wreath. And also, we've asked the American Legion to leave the flags up. Normally they put it up for Veterans Day and would take it down shortly after. Mm-hmm. But we've asked them, they've done it for the last 4 years, to keep the flags up. This way, when the people are putting the wreath on the grave, mm-hmm. they know it's a military person.
Right.
And also, I just want to add that also afterwards, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we will also go down to the county courthouse here in town, mm-hmm. where there's 3 monuments
right.
for the fallen veterans, and we will lay wreaths also at their graves.
This is quite an undertaking and dedication and for you guys to volunteer your time and efforts in this particular project that you were doing. But the story behind the project is what people really need to hear, and I'm so glad that Yvonne, gave us all that information as well. Now, how much are the wreaths?
There's one wreath is $17, or you can get 3 for $34.
That's amazing.
You get one free is what it amounts to by buying 3.
And there's still time if you wish to donate for the wreaths, and you can do that by sending a check made out to JR-L. That's for Judith Randolph Longwood, and then WAA for Wreaths Across America. Okay. And you can send it to me, Nancy Pempel, at 31 Echo Lane, Farmville, Virginia, 23901. And also, we do have donation cards. I don't have a lot left. We have mailed out quite a few, almost 100, from anybody who donated last year. We sent another donation card, too. And we have until November 20th if you want your name listed for in memory of or in honor of. You can list who you want honored or a memory. Since you don't have a card, if you're going to send it directly to me, just put a piece of paper in there naming the person, whether you want it in memory or in honor. Right now we have a couple of pagefuls of in honor and mostly in memory, which we do thank everybody that has donated so far.
That's great. It's an absolutely wonderful project. Now, where does the money go? I mean,
to buy the wreaths and any other expenses that we have. Like we have to a program to pay for it, and also we had to purchase in the beginning tables to put the wreaths on, and also something else we had to buy. I can't remember now.
Yeah, but do you have a profit there that the proceeds go back into?
Well, any monies we have has to be spent towards Wreaths Across America.
Okay,
it cannot be used for any other project.
I see. Now, the wreaths, are they live?
Oh, they're live. They're balsam fir, and they have a pretty red bow on them. And you're to leave them on the cemetery, they normally say, to Martin Luther King Day. But and Bill, again, as Jenny said, has been fantastic. First time we did it, we tried to get volunteers to go out and take them off the grave. Before we ever got to doing that, he had them all picked up. He's done that for the last 3 years for us. And last year, I must say, we had a very cool winter. As we went out there, I forget what I went out to the cemetery for. It was in February, late February, and those wreaths were as green as the day we laid them. They were absolutely gorgeous, a month later. So they do last.
They do last, yeah. Well, Jenny, this group, how long have you been with the DAR? As far as you and
I think we joined in
we're coming up.
2007.
These are sisters, by the way.
We got our national numbers in December of 2005, so we're 24 years coming up to 25.
Right.
And Yvonne's been in about 5 years.
And she's very dedicated. She's been a chairman of a lot of our projects that we do. And the three of us, it seems like when we get together, we get it done. And like we go out and we've had enough money that has come in to purchase these wreaths. We haven't had to go beg, and we have the same people every year that donates. And we'd like to thank them because, if it wasn't for them supporting us, we would not be able to do this on our own.
Now, on December the 14th, anybody can come out there,
anybody,
right? Yes. To the celebration or the...
Right. If you get there around 11:30... Around 11:30, everyone starts coming in, and it's just beautiful. The ceremony with the bagpipes are playing Amazing Grace, and the bugle taps at the end is just out of this world.
Yeah.
And it really touches your heart. It's a beautiful ceremony.
And once again, it all starts up at what time?
12 o'clock
12
noon.
o'clock noon on December the 14th.
14th.
Okay. What I would like for you to do is to leave us some information here at the radio station, because we'll be glad to keep announcing that and keep it in people's minds, as so to speak. That's what we're here to do as far as community is concerned. How many people do you think attended last year?
I don't know, 300, 400?
Something like that. I think last year was a much better crowd. First year it rained on us.
Oh, dear.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So we pray for no snow or rain.
Oh, let's hope so. I hope that you have great weather for it. Well, is there anything else that anybody wants to mention? Go ahead. Go ahead, Yvonne. I know that you wanted to. There's something that says salute there.
Another project.
Another
of ours.
project.
Another project of ours, and we are so proud and honored to be a part of this group, is the Salute to Service, the Veterans Day Extravaganza. That's going to happen on Saturday, November 9th from 12 to 5 at the Three Roads Brewing Company. There's going to be a brass band. There's going to be food. There's going to be music. There's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of somber feeling about honoring our veterans. Sponsored by Three Roads Brewing, Veterans of Foreign Wars, American Legion, Daughters of the American Revolution, Military Officers Association of America, and the Farmville Jarheads. Excuse me. So hope to see you there. For more information, you can find out about this on the Friends of Farmville Veterans Facebook page.
All right. Now, the Daughters of the American Revolution, the DAR has been around a long time.
Long time.
Yeah. And you have to be a member or a relative of a serviceman or
right. There was somebody
that was in the
Revolutionary War. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I was my father was a Mason, so I was a Job's daughter. They had that organization there too, and it's very nice to be honored like that. But all right. Well, Wreaths Across America. Remember that, folks, and we'll have more information to get to you, our listeners out there, about this. It sounds like it's going to be wonderful.
Pray for beautiful weather.
Yes, we'll
and
pray
a lot
for
of people,
weather.
please come out and support us.
All right. Well, Jenny and Nancy and Yvonne, it's been a pleasure to have you guys in here. Now you know where I am.
Right, every day.
It's just about every day. But anyway, thank you so much. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. All right. Daughters of the American Revolution. And they are really a signature organization to help remind us of those who have fallen. And now we've got, our time is 8:25. So we've got a little bit of business to do at the bottom of the hour with our weather and our birthdays and all. But let's find out, since we're dealing with a little bit of history here. This is the 18th day of October, and we're going to find out some history there. And the featured event took place in 1867 when, after much opposition and a deal was negotiated by the U.S. Secretary of State William Seward for the U.S. purchase of the Russian colony of Alaska. And that was approved. And on this date in 1867, the U.S. flag was flown over the capital, Sitka. In 2007, after 8 years of self-imposed exile, we've got Benazir Bhutto, who was a two-time prime minister of Pakistan, was the first woman leader of a Muslim nation in modern history, returned to her home country, and hours later she was nearly killed when her motorcade was bombed, and she was assassinated in December. In 1988, the American sitcom Roseanne, starring Roseanne Barr, premiered on ABC and became hugely popular and noted for deriving humor from the everyday struggles of middle-class families and for tackling controversial issues. And let's see what else was going on this date. In 1961, the acclaimed musical film West Side Story An adaptation of a Broadway play was released in American theaters. It won 10 Academy Awards, including that for Best Picture. 1956, tennis player Martina Navratilova.
Navratilova.
Yeah, thank you very much, John.
You're welcome.
Anyway, where was I? She dominated the sport in the late 20th century, winning 18 Grand Slam single titles, and she was born in Prague. All right. In 1939, Lee Harvey Oswald, the accused assassin of U.S. President John F. Kennedy, was born in New Orleans. And 1931, American gangster Al Capone was convicted of federal income tax evasion and was subsequently sentenced to 11 years in prison. In 1931, American inventor Thomas Edison, who was especially known for his critical role in introducing the modern age of electricity, died in West Orange, New Jersey. And let's see. In 1926, American singer-songwriter guitarist Chuck Berry. You know
right.
Chuck, don't we?
Chuck.
Who was one of the most popular and influential performers in rhythm and blues and rock and roll music in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, was born. And in 1922, the British Broadcasting Company Limited was established and replaced by the British Broadcasting Corporation, which was the BBC, which is still airing, and that was in 1927. In 1898, Puerto Rico was turned over to the United States following the Spanish-American War. And I think that's enough of that, because we are just about down to the bottom of the hour. So let's get to our business at hand. First off, we have the weather forecast. And that is brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County.
Hello, I'm Stuart Wilborn, manager of the Bank of Charlotte County Loan Office in downtown Farmville. With over 30 years of banking experience, I'm here to help you finance your commercial, agricultural, or personal project. Give us a call at 391-1136 or stop by our downtown office at 216 North Main Street, where you'll find old-school personal assistance with attention to detail. The Bank of Charlotte County, giving you more for your banking needs. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
The weather forecast, we do have a frost advisory in effect until 9 o'clock this morning, and there was some frost I detected in some of the open areas on my way in this morning. We should see a high today under sunny skies of 69 degrees. For tonight, clear with a low around 35. On Saturday, a high of 70 under sunshine. There could be a little bit of frost left over. And for Saturday night, clear with a low of 38. On Sunday, sunshine with a high of 74. On Sunday night, clear with a low of 40. On Monday, sunny with a high of 76. Monday night, clear with a low around 45. Your humidity at 99%. Our wind speed, well, it's calm right now, but I have seen a few little gusts around there as well. Our barometer is holding steady at 30.44 inches. We have fair skies. It's 35 degrees outside the Francis E. Wood studio here. That's your weather forecast, brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County. They have branch locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Brookneal, and their loan office in downtown Farmville. Well, it's time now for our birthday calendar, and we've got 3 days worth, right, John?
Well, we have 3 days, but we don't have 3 days worth. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I do understand that. Okay. But the birthdays are brought to you by Terry Atkins Wilson, PC.
The law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, is located at 117 North Main Street in downtown Farmville. With deep roots in Farmville and our surrounding communities, Terry and her legal staff specialize in real estate law, wills and trusts, business formations, and collections. Experience and professionalism are extended to every customer in every case. The needs and concerns of every customer are their primary focus. If you have legal needs, contact the law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, for a consultation at 434-392-1422.
All right, our regular birthday music is fronting our birthdays and perhaps anniversaries. Perhaps. John, take it away.
Birthdays for today, Friday, October 18th. Happy birthday going out to Michelle C. Wallace, Paula Cook. And on this list, we've got Kevin Liggins of Cumberland, also in Cumberland, Ashton Trent.
Okay.
Those are the 18th birthdays. This is where I was mentioning Saturday the 19th. According to what I've got in front of me, we don't have any record of anyone's
nobody
birthdays.
was born on Saturday the 19th.
They took a break that day. That's the day they rested.
Okay.
Anyway,
all right.
But yeah, they did. There might very well be birthdays out there, and if they are, you can call us up later and notify us if that is indeed the case.
We can do belated ones as well.
So moving on now to Sunday, we've got May Atkins, Caitlin Motley, Matthew Friedel, Palmer Lee Biddle, Shannon P. Roberson, and an anniversary. Here's your anniversary on the 20th. Sean and Kelsey Cawley having an anniversary.
All right.
And that is it.
All right. Tell everybody how they can get those names
You
to
can
us.
email them names, whether they're birthdays, anniversaries, to birthdays at WFLO.net, or call us 434-394-0924.
Okay. All right. And the birthday calendar this time around is brought to you by Terry Atkins Wilson, PC. For the right legal advice, visitor in our office right down here on Main Street in Farmville. Okay. We have open lines at 434-394-0924. It is your Friday, October the 18th. And while we're waiting for some calls to come through, we can check famous birthdays, celebrity birthdays for today. Let's find out who's celebrating.
All right.
Composer Howard Shore turns 78 today. And he attends, in this particular picture, a screening of Maps to the Stars. And I suppose maybe he was composing some of the music for that.
Okay.
His fun fact, let's see what that is. His middle name is Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a fun fact there.
Well, wonder what Leslie Nielsen's middle name was.
I don't know. We have producer Chuck Lorre.
Yeah.
He produces Young Sheldon.
He also did 2.5 Men.
Mm-hmm. And My Two Dads. He was a producer for those shows, too.
Okay.
But that show. He's 72 today, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Actor Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The Muscles from Brussels, I think, used to be the thing he went by back in the day.
Uh-huh. Well, he turned 64 today.
I am Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes.
He was one of my favorites. I liked him better than Steven Seagal because he could do that spin kick. I always thought that was cool when I was younger.
Cool. Oh, yeah. I'd kill myself. I tried.
I
Whether I was young or not. He voiced Johnny Cage in the recent video game Mortal Kombat 1.
They always claimed that character was based on him, supposedly. So it makes sense.
Makes sense, of course. Olympian Lindsey Vonn turns 40 today.
Mm-hmm.
And she, fun fact, she's originally from Minnesota.
Okay.
So she's the skier.
Yes, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
She used to get hurt a lot, if I remember.
Yeah, she used to crash a lot.
Yeah.
Actress Frida Pinto turns 40. And
of the Pinto Bean.
I was going to take the words
or the
right
Ford
out of my
Pinto,
mouth.
whichever.
Yeah.
One was a success.
Yeah. She auditioned for a role in the Bond film Quantum of Solace. Yeah, let me see here. Okay, she's kind of pretty. Actor Zac Efron. Mm-hmm. He turns 37 today. He portrayed wrestler Kevin Von Erich in the film The Iron Claw.
I went and saw that.
I like him. I think he's a good actor. Other birthdays today: singer Russ. Oh, Gagir of the Association.
I don't know.
I don't know. He's 81 years old today. Actor Joe Morton is 77. Actor Pam Dauber is 74 today. Gospel singer Vicki Winans is 71. Gosh, she's getting up there. Director David Toy of the Riddick movies. He turned 69 today. Actor John Lindstrom of General Hospital is 67. Jazz trumpeter Wynton Marsalis is 63. Actor Vincent Spano is 62. Bassist Tim Cross of Sponge, 58. Singer Nonchalant is 57. Actor Joy Bryant of Parenthood is 50 today. Guitarist Peter Svensson of the Cardigans is 50. Actor Wesley Jonathan is 46. Singer Neo is 45. Country singer and American Idol contestant Josh Grayson is 44. Country musician Jesse Littleton of Marshall Dillon is 43. And let's see who else. Actor Joy Lauren of Desperate Housewives, for those of you who watch that, is 35 today. Actor Tyler Posey is 33. And that's about it.
All right.
For celebrity birthdays. So, what else have we got on the agenda for this morning?
Mysterious white blobs washing up on Newfoundland beaches. But it looks like just a washcloth or something to me.
Yeah, it does, like a rag or something.
Yeah, like a rag. Very much so.
Let's find out about that.
Environmental authorities in Canada are trying to solve the mystery of unidentified white blobs that have been washing up on Newfoundland beaches. It's UPI is the source. And let's see if it goes into anything. White masses, which range in size from a coin to a dinner plate, started showing up on area beaches in September, and locals shared photos of the unidentified objects. Some suggested the blobs could be... I don't know what that is. Some sort of fluid, I guess, originating? Is that what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
From a whale, but options are split. Opinions, I'm sorry, are split. Whatever. And I'm not with it this morning. Environment and Climate Change Canada officials said to CBS News the mystery substance is under investigation.
Okay.
So they don't know what it is either, but it does look like a rag, I thought. And you thought the same thing. So.
Yeah.
And then we got the cat living at London ambulance station spared from eviction.
Oh.
So we can see what...
He's a black cat, too.
Got a little bit of something on him,
yeah.
a little bit of... Let's see what happened with Kitty Puss here. This is a rescue cat who has lived at a London ambulance station for 16 years. Was spared from an announced eviction from after a public outcry that included a petition with more than 62,000 signatures. So they wanted that cat to stay.
Well, good.
Staff at the London Ambulance Services rescued... Is it Defib? D-E-F-I-B? Defib the cat. As a kitten 16 years ago, and he has lived there ever since.
Oh, wow.
So there you go.
16 years.
16.
I had a cat that lived 17 years.
Cats tend to live at least that, or can live that long. We had a cat that lived pretty long time.
Black Persian.
Okay.
And her name was Samantha. She had one litter of kittens. And... I'm not going to say anything else about that. But anyway, she shed a lot. Yeah, I had the white cafe curtains at some point in the 80s, folks, or in the 70s. Anyway, and they would turn black just from her hair. She used to. Oh God!
The cat I'm referring to, we got because we had a mice problem at the house, and so we thought get a cat and that would help, and so we did. And or someone gave us a cat because they had a bunch of kittens, and we were told it was a female. So I called the cat Claudette. My sister took him to the vet, and the vet's looking at Claudette and going, "You might have to change the name to Claude." And that's what we did.
Well, we had a guinea pig once, and they swore to me that the guinea pig was a male.
Okay.
So I can't remember what we named it or anything like that. But anyway, one morning I woke up and that guinea pig had babies. So I took that guinea pig back to the pet shop and said, "I want a refund." That's right. You said this was a male. Well, it's not a male.
Man.
What we go through. Anyway, Minnesota horticulture teacher remained the reigning champion Monday of an annual pumpkin weighing contest in Northern California, where his massive gourds have won top prizes for 4 years in a row.
Yeah, I saw the pictures on these things. They're huge.
Travis Ginger of Anoka, Minnesota, beat his closest competitor by 6 pounds to clinch the victory at the 51st World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-In or Weigh-Off in Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco. His winning gourd came in at 2,471 pounds.
That's a lot.
Falling just short of the world record he set last year with a pumpkin weighing 2,749 pounds. Ginger, who is 44, said that he has, as he has done in the past, he focused on having healthy soil and well-fed plants, but that a cold fall with record-breaking rain likely impacted his pumpkin's growth. And he goes on to say they had a really, really tough weather, and somehow, some way, he kept on working. He had to work for this one, and we got it done at the end, but it wasn't by much. And Ginger and his family drove his gargantuan gourd for 35 hours to count from Minnesota to California. He said the giant pumpkin's next stop will be in Southern California, where a team of professional carvers will do a 3D carve on it at a Halloween event. So all of that is not going to go to waste. Huge pumpkin. Good grief. And these others look like the blob that was on the beach. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, so it's now pumpkin time. I got to get a couple more pumpkins to put it through.
How many do you have?
Well, I just have 2 I have 4.
Okay.
And so I'm going to get 2 more to put at the edge of the driveway, I think.
All right.
So then I'll be pumpkined out. I got my mums yesterday, and so I'm all ready to go. All right, let's see what else is going on. By the way, if you want to join in on the conversation, it is the end of the week. It is Friday, October the 18th, and the number to call, 434-394-0924. All right, let's see here. What else are we going to talk about? Mud, beer, and cash.
Okay.
Annual wife carrying championship attracts competitive couples to Maine.
Blood and the beer. That's what I was trying to say. It's like a Johnny Cash song. Anyway.
All right, it's fun to see what people think is fun, as far as these annual events going on. This annual event, which is out of Maine, Newry, Maine, involving dirt, beer, and cash, once again drew dozens of eager competitors to a ski resort in Maine on Saturday, which is another way to make some money before the ski season starts up. More than 30 couples competed in the North American, and up pops, in the American Wife Carrying Championship, a 278-yard race during which contestants splash through water, leap over logs, and trudge through mud, all while carrying their partner like a sack of potatoes.
Okay.
Oh, boy. The sport's origin story isn't exactly politically correct. It's based on a 19th century Finnish legend involving a man known as Ronkainen the Robber, whose gang was known to pillage villages and carry away the women, according to one of the explanations included on the website wifecarrying.org. Traditionally, the finish event featured male competitors carrying a woman. On Saturday, competing couples didn't have to be married, nor did they have to be a man and a woman. That's a little woke. Okay. So that's all we have. Oh, no, there's a little bit more. One contestant, the carrier, was dressed as Mr. Incredible, while his wife was dressed entirely in pink. They and others were cheered on heartily by crowds on both sides of the course at Sunday River Ski Resort. Now, most managed to navigate the grassy hillside, but a few stumbled in the mud, and their female partners jumping off before they regrouped and kept going. So most of the participants use a technique in which the wife is carried like a backpack upside down to ensure the runner's arms are free for the greatest agility. Wearing smiles and grimaces, competitors end up wet and muddy. But then they get to enjoy, I guess, a beer afterwards. So
A beer. Yeah.
434-394-0924 is the number for the Call Flow radio show. It's a slow day.
Looks like Missouri Museum opened up a 100-year-old time capsule.
Oh, that's interesting.
Have you ever been a part of something like that?
Yes, I have.
You have? Okay.
Yeah, Francis's book, The Wooden Bell, was in this, put in a time capsule down here at the courthouse.
All right. Let's see. The National World War I Museum and Memorial in Kansas City, Missouri, opened a 100-year-old time capsule that contained items including newspapers, obviously, and a letter from President Calvin Coolidge. And the time capsule was buried inside the museum's Liberty Memorial Tower. This would have been 1924, with instructions left to open the container in 100 years. The time capsule commemorated the memorial's dedication. The museum extracted the time capsule from the monument during the summer, a process that was complicated by 18 inches of limestone and concrete.
Wow.
Officials said the extraction was also made difficult by the presence of nitrate film in the container, which is known to be highly flammable.
Ooh.
I guess they didn't realize that at the time. The time capsule's contents were revealed during a Wednesday ceremony. The objects included a copy of the U.S. Constitution, newspapers, a Bible, and a copy of the U.S. Declaration of War from April 1917. The box also contained letters, including the one from President Calvin Coolidge and several from Allied commanders who attended the Liberty Memorial's 1921 groundbreaking ceremony. So there you go.
All right. All right. Let's look up some fun facts here,
All right.
okay? Oh, this is not funny.
Why are you laughing then?
Well, this is a fun fact here, okay? That in World War II, British soldiers had to make do with only 3 sheets of toilet paper per day.
Oh, no. By Jove, let me get some figs off the old tree here.
And there's no corn cobs around anymore.
Ooh, man, no. That's what I used to hear about the catalog thing and stuff like that, too.
Yeah, Sears
but
catalog,
when
Sears and Roebuck.
I remember as a kid hearing about corn cob, and I'm like going, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know, it is believed that Alexander the Great may accidentally have been buried alive.
Oops. Not so great after all.
No, many Vikings would dye their hair blonde, even their beards, because they viewed it as the best color.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
They like the blonde hair. There were female gladiators in ancient Rome.
Good.
They were called gladiatresses.
Ah, like Xena, the warrior princess. Yeah.
The singular is gladiatrix. Cleopatra was Greek with Macedonian ancestry.
Okay.
She was not Egyptian.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Let's see. The longest year in human history, we go back to 46 BC, clocked in at 445 days long instead of 365 days. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Galloping crocodiles inhabited the Sahara Desert 100 million years ago. Galloping crocodiles now.
They're pretty quick anyway, so.
Well, they are. Yeah, I can just imagine seeing that. Did you know that romantic poet Lord Byron kept a tame bear in his college dorm to protest a rule stating that dogs weren't allowed in the Trinity College campus?
Interesting.
Yeah. This
could have had a bird or something,
weird.
but went completely with the bear thing.
Did you know that the average person living in Sweden eats about 22 pounds of chocolate a year?
Well, that's all they have out there, right?
That's, Swedish. Montana has...
Except for the Swedish meat butter.
This is interesting. Montana has 3 times as many cows as it does people.
Cow country there.
It's cow country, yes. Parts of the Great Wall of China were made with sticky rice. Yum, yum.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Just tap up the Rice Krispie treats, and there you go.
90% of the world's population lives above the equator.
Okay.
Finland, the country, has more saunas than cars. People
must be very relaxing over there.
Yeah. Well, it is one of the happiest countries on earth.
I guess so.
Virginia is the only state that has the same state flower and state tree. You know what that is?
Yeah. Doesn't everybody? No, I don't.
Dogwood.
I knew it.
You say anything else, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Ooh. No, I think I knew that because we had a glass at my grandmother's that had that adorning the lyrics to what the state song used to be way back when.
What was that?
Carry me back to old Virginia.
That's right. That was in my brain there. There are reportedly no mosquitoes in Iceland.
That's where I don't know if I want to freeze to death, so it's not worth the trouble. So that's the only place where they don't exist, huh?
That's right. Let's see. Spend too much on drinks when you eat out. A small town in Italy actually has a fountain that serves free wine.
A fountain?
A fountain serves free wine.
Let me get a refill.
Let's see. Roughly 600 Parisians work at the Eiffel Tower each day. 600.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. When you're visiting Key West, Florida, you're actually closer to Havana than you are to Miami.
Okay.
The Great Barrier Reef is so massive that it can be seen from outer space. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another one. The ice in Antarctica is made up of almost 3% penguin urine.
Gives it that wonderful color.
Yeah. I don't think I'd want a snow cone from there. Do you?
Ooh. It's lemonade. No, it's not.
All right. Did you know that The Silence of the Lambs is the only horror film that's won the Academy Award for Best Picture?
No, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me.
What?
About the, what is it? What does he say?
Something about eating fava beans. I've never really. I only watched it somewhat once a long time ago. I never really went back and watched it, so I don't really know the key phrases in that movie other than that thing about the beans or whatever. Yeah, that part. Yeah.
Did you know the original title for The Big Bang Theory was Lenny, Penny, and Kenny? That was going to be the title.
Just didn't have the same ring to it, I guess.
Did not, no. Let's see. Larry David, who was the creator of Seinfeld, had a rule that the show would never have any hugging or learning moments between the characters.
Well, the hugging fell through because they did eventually have a scene where they hugged, I thought.
Okay, let's see here. Doctor Who holds the Guinness World Record for the longest-running science fiction TV series. It's been on the air since 1963.
And I haven't seen a single solitary episode.
I think I saw one. I wasn't impressed.
Oh, you Yanks.
Let's see. This is interesting. Mary of Mary Had a Little Lamb, it's Lisa's White as Snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the little lamb would go, was a real person. And the song is based on a true story.
Okay.
All right. Let's see about Happy Birthday. Happy Birthday was the first song ever played on Mars. Mars rover Curiosity played the song to itself on its first anniversary on the planet. Interesting.
Going back to Mary, do you think Susie that sold seashells by the seashore, do you think that was based off of a true story?
Could have been. Oh, no, it's she sold seashells by
It's
the
not
seashore.
Susie?
It's not Susie.
Okay. I was trying to give her a name.
Oh, well, now
okay.
she's officially named.
Okay.
President Nixon was an accomplished musician. He played 5 instruments, including the accordion.
Who is this?
President Nixon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just blew on that trumpet that time. Or whatever it was, saxophone. That's what it was.
Was that President Nixon?
Clinton.
Oh, that was Clinton. Okay. If you've got a song stuck in your head, I get this all the time.
Okay.
Do you ever get a song stuck in your head?
Sometimes.
You know what it's called?
No.
An earworm.
Earworm.
Yeah, it's
All
an
right.
earworm. One more. None of the Beatles, the group, could actually read music.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, Eddie Van Halen said he couldn't either. I think a lot of musicians probably couldn't, but so much. I mean, I don't know. Yet especially for the Beatles, obviously they didn't need to, it seemed.
It seems like it. Well, we got to get out of here. We want to thank Yvonne and Jenny and Nancy for coming in to tell us about Wreaths Across America. And if you want to participate, we, encourage you to do that. And it was wonderful seeing them, and it was great to have you here with me too.
Thank you. You
All
too.
right, take care. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll be here until 11 o'clock playing some music.
All right.
Okay, take care.
Bye.